So was there a tough day for you, but you stuck at it? Did it go how you expected, or better or worse? Individual level?
Don't know. Sort of similar, really. I'm actually quite happy with my performance today at the beginning of the races. First race, I had a good first few laps, and my goggles was messed up. I pulled all my tails off. That didn't help, and then that was sort of rode with them too long, and then chucked them off with a few laps to go, and it was much better. And then I sort of held my position, but overall, it wasn't a bad race. I was quite happy. And then race 2, again, just in the mix of it all, I was getting passed by a few boys, but they was coming past me like Fernandez and Jago Gertz, and I'm like, fucking hell, I can't be doing too bad here when these boys are passing me. But it got to a point in the race where I was just like, I just want to get over that finish line now and have this weekend done with. Do you know, with Max going out and the team result, nothing much happening. If I finished 23rd or 24th, it got to a point where I was just like, I just want to cross the finish line, because there was quite a lot of scary parts of the track. The track was very good all weekend in terms of just track conditions, but a little bit too much for me at this stage in my career now. But I knew that coming into the weekend. I've had my day. I knew it was quite a big ask, even when Mark talked to me about doing it. And I wanted to do it because I sort of felt like I needed to do it for my country, and I wanted to do the country proud. But I've been very nervous leading up to this race, more so than I probably ever have at Motocross of Nations, which is odd. It may seem odd, but I just think, along with the nerves, I was a little bit scared of the track, with not riding a track like that for 5 years, really. We just don't get that. And then on top of that, riding a 450 that I've rode 4 times in the last 2 weeks, and doing half a day suspension testing and having no base to work from. So a lot of hard things to overcome this weekend for me. A lot of hard things to overcome this weekend for me. And also just want to say a big well done to Conrad for how well he rode. He done himself in the country proud, and I think he should go home with a massive smile on his face, because he's showed the world how good he is on a motorbike. And I think he could have done even better with a couple of good starts. And obviously Max, my regards go to Max. He left it all on track and unfortunately had a crash. So so that's never good to see. But I retired from this 5 years ago, and it felt like that this weekend. You know, it was a big, not a shock, because I know how fast they are, I know how gnarly the tracks are, but for me also to jump back on a bike that I've not rode all year, and have a go, and all things considered, like, I'm leaving happy, actually.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no. Honestly, I wish one of the things I really wanted to do and was enjoy the weekend, but no, I didn't enjoy the weekend. I appreciate all the fans, and I could see it, and it made me quite emotional seeing the fans even cheering Conrad on in the race. And then a lot of people come over to me this weekend and said, look, it's no pressure at all on you, like, we're happy, like, you do your thing, you've already done everyone proud. And then I was getting quite emotional to that, so that was really nice of people to say. And I appreciate the crowd so much, the cheers I was getting, even in 25th riding around the track in that position, they were still cheering me on, which is really, really nice. And now it makes me a bit emotional, but a very hard track to enjoy riding when I didn't quite feel comfortable, just with some of them jumps into the ruts. It's very, very scary, honestly. And it got to a point in that second race where I was like, no more, I'm not jumping into these. Like, I'd rather lose a position if need be, and then get back to the kids and home tonight.
On our Facebook, I put the coaches in the press conference about being nervous. You didn't want to let anyone down and all that. And even there, the comments were
honestly,
you've a lot of support.
Yeah, the fans have been amazing, and I've had nothing but support. But it was more, I wanted to do this, or I don't want to let them down. It's more like me, if I have a bad race, whatever. Do you know, I've had plenty of bad races, and in a couple of weeks' time, it is what it is. You soon forget about it, especially when I go home to the kids and that. It makes no odds. They still think I've had a good day, and I've done well. But yeah, there is that pressure. The people have come to watch, they paid their money, they want to support, and they want to support riders that are at the front. I know that, but I've done my best all weekend, and I'm leaving in one piece. So I am a bit emotional with it all the weekend, but overall, it has been a great weekend. But I'm very relieved that it's over.
Just on Conrad, he's so talented, probably similar to your level of talent, but your mind was so strong from you were 16. You're just didn't know you were racing. What can Conrad do to create what you had in your mind? Because we saw today what he can do. He's coming to the field and everything.
But no, with Conrad, I think he can leave really, really happy with this weekend and what he's done, and he's done himself proud, like I mentioned earlier. Now, I'm not sure with that. Everyone progressed a little bit different. There are teams that have known Conrad. He's rode for great teams. You speak to any of them, they all know what he can do at a practice track, a domestic championship. And I think he has made that step this year. And I think he's proved that today to himself and to the world with how well he rode. Because if you actually paid attention to Conrad, he was one of the best riders on track all weekend long, with the way he rode the bike, his technique, his fitness, and his dedication to it all is second to none. Even competing in England, he puts 100% in, like he's riding at world level championships, and you see that today. He can step in and do it. So it is a tricky one with Conrad. I was very different. I don't know what it was. I feared nothing. I just done my best every weekend, and even when I look back, I think, wow, like how did I do that young with a family that wasn't from a motocross background? I just had good guidance with Jamie Dobb when I was young, and he tried to help Conrad too, and it just, everyone goes a different direction. But I think Conrad's turned that corner. It took him a little bit longer, and I'd love to see him do more GPs next year, and I think he will. And then it would be amazing to see him full time in GPs. I mean, if I was him now, I'd be knocking on the doors in this paddock and saying, look at me, I want to race world championships. But we'll see.
Just on your MX2 season, the British Championship, really close to get another title.
Yeah.
But it looks like you're just having a great time. You're got the vlogging going, I don't know how many times that every week. Are you really enjoying this part of your career?
Yeah.
GP pressure?
No, I am really enjoying it. Obviously, it was 5 years ago that I retired from GP, so so it goes quick. Well, it feels that this weekend I felt it was 5 years ago, and I remember why I retired now. But I love it I racing in England, especially on that 250. I can enjoy the races. I can race a bike. Do you know, this weekend I felt like I've just rode the bike around the track. Like I wasn't physically tired at the end of the race because I can't let myself push and fight a 450. I just ride around, and it feels like I'm just riding around. And with a 250, I can actually race the bike. I can get out of breath. I can hold on for dear life, get out of shower, and I feel good on it. And we've got a great team with the Dirt Store team, and I feel like I've found a good home, and I don't know, I'll keep racing until I stop enjoying it.
I heard you're racing next year again.
Yeah, no.
Are you expecting to race next year at the start of this year, or are you just doing it year by year?
If you would have asked me 5 years ago, I think I'd have simply said stay at Dave for a couple of years, and then that'll be my time. Yeah, but I found like a love for what I'm doing the videos. It gives me a lot more than just chasing a result every weekend. Do you know, if I have a good weekend, it's great. If I have a bad weekend, it is what it is. We go home to a family, I work hard and do what I can, and but I'm really, really enjoying it.
And you're really funny. We didn't know this when you were young, but that's how you've always been.
I don't know, it's hard, honestly, it's hard. Hard to show your personality when you're in this GP paddock with the pressure you've got on every week, and you're so dedicated to it. That is very, very difficult. But yeah, now I've got a little bit more time, and I surround myself with good people. The fans.
The big crowd just
I think honestly, it's such nice to hear the positive reviews on the YouTube, because I even film them myself, edit them myself. So even that's like a couple of days a week I'm doing that now. And it's not easy. It's something I've learned, or I've been taught by Ed. But now I'm able to do it on my own. So I put quite a lot of effort into that. So to see the people watching it and say they watch it every Monday, very, very rewarding.
Well done, Tommy. Thanks for
Thank you.
Back on track of the big stage.
Sorry if the kids have been shouting. Well, and Billy, he's noisy as anyone as well. Thank you.